let's say he didn't actually just go along with what Fazbear Entertainment said and kind of actually gave his other coworkers decent pointers to go off of. Anyways, let's get into it. Sorry for the late call. I was trying to get a hold of you earlier, but you were probably busy. I am just calling to give you a little rundown. By the way, I am the head of security and safety here at Freddy's, and have been since the original location, Fredbear's Family Diner, in the early 80s. Actually, a matter of fact, this is my last week. Over more than 10 years, it feels nice to be on this last week. That being said, I do have an introductory greeting. It's just a quick little phrase we use around here. Let me get into character. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Now, there are a few things that I will have to go over real quick, which is the legal lines. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for missing or damaged personal property unless in job description. Fazbear Entertainment is also not liable for any injury or death caused to employees outside job description and or guidelines. Please do read your contract for further information. So with the business talk out of the way, all your job really is watch, listen for anything. Becomes a problem, don't feel threatened to call the authorities. Now, your tools are your camera system, which does cover your main areas, including exits and entrances. The other thing is the issue that I will have to say this boldly: your left and right security doors. Do not use them unless absolutely necessary. This building is remodeled from an old location, so we couldn't exactly afford anything else than fixing some animatronics, some arcade cabinets, and buying a few decorations. Those doors are ancient and are in some really neat updates. Sadly, with past events, we just haven't had the business we originally had. So there is some electrical problems which seem to highly drain the building's power, causing a lot of issues that Fazbear Entertainment can't afford, sadly, right now. So to do a quick fix, we attached a generator for your night shift, for your office. Last thing else than to watch your power that I've written down here is I would watch out for our animatronics. While they are old and broken, they are still state of the art and are your primary concern. And I do not mean just in case of a break-in, because those guys are originally designed to walk around during the day for entertainment value. There was an incident with previous models. Don't worry, they have been scrapped. But a previous employee got bit by the frontal lobe in '87. So let's just say we locked that feature up to try to avoid from future harm, but ended up requiring repairs of our animatronics. So to avoid any further cost, set them to night mode to avoid any patrons getting armed. But sadly for you, that is in your domain, as it is to speak. So the only thing I can really tell you is shut those doors when they come close, because their systems work as, when you have a closed door, they see it as a wall and not an openable object. So another thing is be very careful about any limbs or any other parts of their body coming in contact with the doors. Because if it comes in contact with the door and it breaks, there's going to be a pretty hefty lawsuit going your way. Anyways, there's one more thing I have to say before I leave. If there's any questions, don't forget to leave a note or ask about me, and I'll call you as soon as I can. I'm sorry, what was that? We will go over any incidences tomorrow. So have a good night. There you are. So I have been looking through the archives of the history of Fat Freddy's. And to be frank, I cannot legally talk about it in detail. So I can give you a rundown, but that is all. Keeping the retirement and all that. So the foundation of Freddy's came from Mr. Henry Emily and Mr. William Afton. They made Fredbear's Family Diner in the early 80s and quickly took off. Sadly, there was an incident involving Mr. Afton's son. Ended up passing in 83 where we had to close up Fredbear's and scrap the original animatronics. And in 85, at the location you are currently at, which was the original Freddy's, Mr. Henry Emily lost his daughter, what the cops named a random act of violence, outside the restaurant. And 5 other kids were found dead within the location. Don't worry, I was gonna know you're gonna say something. The person who did so was caught. Do not worry. Let's see, what else can I find here for you? There is also Mr. Afton had a location that was only up for a day, but it got closed down due to a gas leak. And then right before it was going to be reattempted and fixed up, it seems like his daughter had went missing, or dead, because we never got to hear the end of it. And the last reports that I have here are from 87. There was someone that ended up killing more kids in daylight. Like I said last time, they have been caught. But between that, closing the newer location, also there was the Pet of 87 that I mentioned yesterday. That is So, anyways, like I mentioned yesterday with Bite of 87, his name was Jeremy. That poor kid. He was a very good hard worker. I still visit him here and there, time to time. Now, I know that sounds bad, but the faulty animatronics have been scrapped, and the culprits for the murders have been caught. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. So before I go, I did get your note about the animatronics. I do have our professionals looking at it and seeing what they can do to avoid any further issues, but I can't confirm anything at the moment. But I will be looking at the cameras to better understand what's happening. Remember, don't worry, you'll never be alone when you work here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Have a good night. Okay, so I have to make this quick. I have an early shift tomorrow. Now, we were looking at the animatronics for bugs. I did look at the last 2 nights' recordings and seen what you mentioned in your notes. They're a lot more active than they've been, and they've been getting even more aggressive throughout the week. I assure you, we're doing everything we can to get it figured out. Professionals don't know what's happening, and the moment, the only working theory is that there's some old updates and rules in their systems about endoskeletons. Whenever they see one without a costume, it will provide a costume, so that might be a little scary for you, so keep closing the door on them. The only tips I can give you sorry, is that they have previous updates that recognize camera functions, putting animatronics in a picture-friendly mode. So while you're in the cameras, put it on animatronic, and they'll think that they're getting a picture taken. It'll keep them in place for a few seconds. And then there's also Chica and Freddy. They were given a path program to the kitchen. If you hear pots and pans in there, it's Chica setting up for cooking supplies. If you hear any like birthday songs or jingles, it's Freddy getting ready to deliver a cake. These are their normal functions during the day before we shut down Walking Dead is. Now here's the big thing that I did notice is that Foxy's picture mode is currently broken. This is the part of the reason why he is out of order. After a camera is seen or sensed, he locks in for a few seconds to minutes. He also, about that running and banging, I'm sorry, but that is a part of his act, but it is currently in overdrive. So I can't say exactly why he keeps doing that. We're still looking into just Foxy in general. The last thing I can give you tips on is that Freddy, he has very sensitive eyes. So he stays out of light the best he can. So if you see some lights, like some little 2 dots, it's probably his eyes light. So he'll hide in the darkness, try to look for his eye lights. That is the only way I can tell you to find Freddy on the cameras. So basically, keep them use cameras to keep them in check. Freddy and Chico in the kitchen, here out for the kitchen. Foxy, keep look at him every once in a while to keep him in an elongated stay in Pirate's Cove. And of course, Freddy's in the dark, so watch out for his eyelids. Anyways, I'll be coming in tomorrow to do my best, and be careful. Okay, so I think I found the issue in the animatronic system. There is an old prototype system that lets animatronics scan someone's face and search a criminal database. It's only a prototype, so there's quite a bit bugs and it's not perfect. So that might explain the aggression, but even with it not being perfect, it should only be going off if you look similar to someone in the system. And I double checked your background with nothing. The database is running off years ago, and something would have came up anyways. There's something off with the programs and databases. Locked. The professionals say that they think it may have been some people's who were banned that may be in those systems, like people who were previously banned from the locations were put on a list in these proper programs, but who knows what they think or do with those extra programs that we can't look into. The thing that gets me is that it looks like this secret system was originally made by Mr. Sorry, here's something. One second, I'll be right back. So I don't know how cringe that's going to be, but I have attempted. That was me taking some time to write out a script, try to voice, I'm not no voice actor, but give you an idea of like someone who's just doing this off like a quick mindset, just like da 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 da. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.